I found a pair of drumsticks when I was about 10 years old. Well, we should take it before that, first of all. Probably the first way I got into music was my dad was a huge music junkie. He listened to a lot of vinyl when I was a kid, and so I remember he and I just sitting down with these huge Pioneer headphones from the 70s, and we would just listen to vinyl. So we listened to a lot of Parliament, Funkadelic, Steely Dan, Al Jarreau, shit that you probably would never think that I would be listening to, which is really what I love. So that would probably be my first introduction to music that I can remember anyway. That is the toughest question. Everybody always asks me that. It's the number one question people ask is, what does your music sound like? And it's so hard for me to tell people, but all I can really tell them is what I love to listen to and what I think that my songs kind of tend to sound like. And so maybe Neil Young meets, I don't know, maybe Wilco, and maybe put a little bit of popular music. I know that what I listen to tends to be a little more intelligent than what I write. What I listen to, you know, the lyrics are so deep that you gotta be on 10 kinds of drugs and be drunk to figure out what they're trying to tell you, you know. And that's not the kind of music I try and write. I try and write music that people can latch on to because, you know, I just want my lyrics to be honest and for people to be able to relate to that. Even though some of the topics aren't necessarily true. I've never killed a girlfriend and her boyfriend or her lover, and so, you know. But I would think that it would be a little bit of country mixed with rock mixed with Americana. That's probably the best description. Every time I write one, I'm trying to release a song. I'm not going to try and hide anything from anybody and say, you know, I got a new EP coming out now or a new album coming out now, and wait till then to hear the tracks. If I'm writing a new track and I want people to hear it, then I'm going to put it on the website, which is andthentherewasbear.com. It's brand new, not the ugly yellow and black one. Check it out. The Bear project started out as a thing to do for my friends and family because I wrote a few songs and I liked them, and I took a little bit of money that I had gotten as a bonus and I decided to record an album. And so it was very informal, and it probably didn't start to take any sort of real form until Eric Bass of Shinedown heard it and kind of took an interest in it, and then took the recordings that I had home with him and turned it into what you guys are hearing right now, which I couldn't be happier. I mean, he blew my mind with what he did. And so at that point, once I heard that finished product, then I felt like maybe I should try and do something with it. And then I got the cojones to ask Shinedown if they would let me open for them, and of course they're the greatest guys in the world, and so they said yes. So, I would say that was officially when it started. It was probably a month before that tour. I really didn't work with him much because basically he asked me if he could take the recordings that I had and pretty much just surprise me, and I was all for it. And so he showed up with the recording, and we probably went through 2 different masters of it before I was happy. And then
he did a good job.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah.
He really did a great job. And then he has a great friend, Johnny Diamond, who's from Charleston as well. And Johnny helped me with the merch and getting the album printed up and finding great prices on things. And, just so you know, there's no label or management supporting what I do, so it all comes out of pocket. And so it was super good to have somebody there to help me and make it as cost effective as possible for me. So hopefully in June or July, I'll be doing a 2 to 3 week tour in, if you take Little Rock and draw a 250-mile bubble around it, then I'll be in there. So that's the best I can plan on right now. Absolutely. I would love to think at some point I could stand up on my own 2 feet and not have to work a normal job. But those guys are phenomenal, and I would love to work for them as long as I can handle it, as long as my girlfriend can handle it, and we can make it through the fact that I'm on the road 300 days a year. So, but I will continue to do that for sure. I did, yeah, it was a blast. It was a lot of work. I don't know, you know, a lot of people probably didn't realize how much work I actually had to do on that tour, and just quickly, I'll give you a rough schedule of my day. we started loading in about 12 o'clock, but that started with Barry's and my percussion gear for their show before I even got to think about my own show. So the first thing I had to do was set up a full drum set and then my whole rig. And then we did the typical line check and sound check with them. And then I had to go back and line check my music. And then an hour later, roughly, I was playing a 20-minute set. Ran as quick as I could to the merch booth to meet all of you that were there to buy CDs and to shake my hand, which thank you for coming. It was awesome. And then I had to haul ass back to the dressing room to be at a ritual that we do an hour before. It's top secret, but change into this fancy outfit that you guys all saw with the suspenders and this same hat. I would do that, and then as soon as the show was over, while everybody else was getting to go out and have fun and shake hands and drink beers, I had to immediately run down to the dressing room, change back into my normal clothes, and run back up into the stage, tear down the whole set, load it into 2 trailers, and then I got to party. And so it was very stressful for me, and but I had a blast doing it, and I would probably do it again a million times over if I could. So thank you for your support. I know that you probably haven't heard a lot from me or the project in the past 3 months, but we've been going through some personnel changes, I guess you could say. And so we're going to try and get everything squared away and get you guys the information you need. And please check out the website. Please get your friends to look at the Facebook. Those numbers matter more than you could ever know when it comes to this business. So please keep staying active, and I'll do the best I can to keep you active. So thank you for listening. I love you all.